Welcome to this video. In this video I'm going to give you a really awesome video because by the end of this video you will know how to manifest exactly what you want with the law of attraction and use it properly. I'm also going to give you a bonus nearer the end of the video of how you can actually test this and get really fast results so you know that it works. Because one of the hardest things with the law of attraction is it working? Every time I try it, it doesn't really work. I sort of understand the process. I might see little bits working, but it never works fully for me. So if you've ever said that or something along those lines, you're going to love this video. So I'll run you through it. It's really simple. It is split up into 4 steps and a bonus step that I've got for you. And if you use the law of attraction like this, it will work for you. So all I ask is that you do it with an open mind. You give it 100% and you come back and comment on this video how you got on. If you want more help, you can check out the link in the description. It will take you through to this page, which doesn't look like much, but it's a page I've set up that will give you a free manifesting guide. So if you need more help aside from this video, I'm going to run you through the steps you need, but if you want more help and a written guide that you can take with you or you can read and go more into detail, do check it out. The guide is totally free and it will be sent straight to your inbox. I've put the link below in the description. Okay, so let's get on to how to get you what you want. So the law of attraction, made popular I think by the 2004 or 2006 book by Rhonda Byrne, The Secret, but it's been about a long time. As you probably know if you're watching this video, it's been people have spoken about this. Wallace Wattles was speaking about this, Catherine Ponder going back was speaking about this. And the main thing that you want to do to use the law of attraction is this. Number 1, you don't need to know exactly how it works. It will work for you. You've probably heard of that before, like electricity, okay? It will work for you. You can turn a light bulb on you can turn the lights on by flicking a light switch and the light comes on, but you might not know how the electricity works. So know that it's working for you all the time, okay? So that's the first thing to give you a good grounding, is you are attracting into your life what you are. So the way you resonate and the way you are right now watching this video, this is a big clue, okay? It's not part of the steps, but the way you are right now. And let me ask you a question. Here's the way you can test it, and then I'll give you the steps, okay? The way you can test it now. Let's say you're watching this video and you're in a state where you sort of get what you want, but you never fully get what you want, and sometimes you have bad times and it sort of goes up and down, up and down. If I said to you, how do you feel right now, with 10 being absolutely living your dream life, so grateful to be alive, the best day ever, you've never felt better, to 1 being the worst possible day and you just feel so completely low and you want to get in bed and put the cover over your head and just shut the world out, where would you be? Just first number that pops in your head on that scale. And chances are, if I can guess for you, you might have said anywhere from a 3 to a 6 or 7 tops. And that's how most of us, myself included, can fall into this. That's how most of us live our lives. We go round in that scale on it right in the middle, and then we wonder why we're getting right in the middle results. So if you're getting average sort of results and the law of attraction is not working for you, know this. The law of attraction is an effect of the law of vibration. So it's all down to the way you're vibrating in a physical term, but more in a resonance, in a frequency term, okay? Your thought vibration. And one of the quickest ways that you can raise your vibration is this. And this is the first step. Know what you want. You've probably heard that before, but what I recommend that you do today, if you really want to make this work for you, is it's a bit of extra work. You want to write down exactly what you want. So if you're not sure what you want, grab a pen and paper and just start writing down things as they come to you. Where would you like to go on holiday? What clothes do you want to buy? What car do you want to drive? What house do you want? Anything that's important to you and you're not really thinking too hard about it. You just want to write it down and get those thoughts flowing, okay? Then you're going to go back through that list and you're going to select what you really want. And the best way to do that is think, if you could only have one thing from that list right now, what would you circle? and then ask yourself that again till you've got like 3 or 4. Okay, so now you'll have your top, you've defined that list, you've got right down. Now you're going to have your top things that you want. You might already know, but once you've got that, the next step is this: define it. This is very, very important step. So let's say you're after money. Okay, you want to use the law of attraction to attract money into your life. What you want to do is define exactly how much. Now the important thing is, I don't want you to worry, well, if I define it I might not receive it and then I'll feel bad. So I want to leave it open to the universe. Okay, that's one way, and it's cool, and I'll get onto that in just a second. But what I want you to do is define exactly how much you want, and it's for a very important reason. So if it's money, define an amount. And what I recommend that you do if you're starting out and you're having trouble with the law of attraction is just define what you think is an absolute dream of yours and just outside your belief zone. So if you're sat here and you've never had, and by the way guys, I've loaded this up, you can check out Evernote, it's free, and it will just give you a notepad if you need one online. That's where I do mine, because I spend a lot of time on the computer working and so on. So I do my sort of dream lists and law of attraction and goal lists using Evernote, so you can check that out and it will give you a free notepad. But what you want to do is you want to, if it's money, define the exact amount and just set it outside your realms of belief, but not so far that it's, and this is what I recommend to start out. You don't need to do this when you get better at it and you know it's working for you, but when you're starting, just set it outside. So if you can't imagine in your wildest possible dreams $1 million landing in your lap right now, if you can't imagine you having that money, it's no good to use the law of attraction for that, because you're going to keep vibrating at that resonance. But if you can imagine $1,000 in your bank account, $5,000, $10,000, if it was an absolute dream, the way to do it is to know your feelings. So when you think about this, when I say to you, right, you've just been posted $15,000 into your bank account now, how does that feel? Do you think, oh, that's completely unbelievable, I've never seen that amount of money? Or do you think, yeah, that would solve all my problems and it feels amazing? Okay, and the reason that I want you to do that is because I want you to focus. By defining it, you're focusing on the actual feeling that you would have. So make sure that whatever you've selected and whatever you're defining, whether it be money, a house, a car, make sure that you define it and make sure that you get good feelings around it. Okay, it feels good, it feels amazing. That's what you want. You don't, remember I mentioned those numbers at the start of being sort of average and going on a sort of mundane treadmill. You want to have stuff that makes you feel really, really good. So you want to set your goals like that. For an example, if you check out the link in the description for that free guide, one of the things I manifested into my life was a BMW M4, and you'll be able to read the story in the guide, and I show you pictures of the actual car. This isn't the car, it was a really nice blue one, and I show you how I manifested that, and that was really a really big thing for me at the time, and felt amazing. So make sure that it's on a par with that. You've got that sort of level of thought around it. Okay, then what you want to do, you can use Evernote for this, but you want to write it down. You want to affirm it. Okay, and this is a bit of like Bob Proctor stuff if you've seen him, but you want to affirm it in the present tense. You want to say something along the lines, I like Bob's, he says, I'm so happy and grateful now that I have XYZ in my life. Okay, I am so happy and grateful now. The reason you want to do that is because you're affirming it in the present tense. Very, very important, and you want to write that out as much as possible. But to start out, so you know, with all this sort of, it's really hard to keep up with writing stuff out. So when you're starting, try to do it 3 times a day where you're writing it down. You could use Evernote, you can use a pen and paper. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have XYZ in my life. Okay, then here's the most important part, assuming you've done that. You know what you want, you've defined it right down. Okay, you've got it, you've got it really, really, so you know exactly what you want, and you've defined it and you've affirmed it, so you've sort of said you want it in your life. And then the 4th step is this, and this is where the magic happens. What I want you to do now is live in the end, and this is something that Wayne Dyer spoke about, and it's also something Neville Goddard speaks about in his books. You want to take that as you've asked the universe. This is the biggest mistake people make with the law of attraction. You've asked the universe and you don't need to keep asking now. You've asked, you've affirmed it, you're going to continue to affirm it, and the number one thing you can do to start receiving it is to live in faith. Meaning you've asked for it, you don't need to do anything else, it is coming to you. And the best way to do this is think about this. You know when you want a glass of water and you go to the faucet and you turn on the water, you don't doubt that. You don't think, oh, what if the water doesn't come out? Oh, I've done it before, but what if it doesn't work now? You hardly think that, unless there's a water drought on, and then it's different. But most of the time you take it for granted and it's completely natural and normal. You want to live in the end. You want to imagine out of the things that you've just defined, and I recommend focusing on one by one. How would you feel if that were the case? So if it's money, imagine logging into your online banking, or imagine going to a bank and looking at your balance and that money is now in there. How would that feel? How would that feel in you? How would you feel right now if that were the case? And that's where you want to live, knowing that it's coming to you, and live in the end. And if you stay in that vibration, I'll tell you why it works. Because you might not have the BMW M4 now, in the example I gave, or you might not have the money or the house now, but you can have the feeling and the vibrational essence of the result right now, because everything starts as a vibration. Not to go into this now, but everything starts as a vibration and then is made physical by application and by thought and by focused thought. Okay, that causes a physical effect. And then here's the thing, what will happen is you will start to get thoughts, you will start to get impulses, you might have to do something. Okay, that's what I commonly find. Like you'll be able to read my story on the BMW M4. You have to actually do stuff. Okay, like you have to ring up about it and see if they've got your colour and ring around a few car garages. But in terms of if you need money and so on, you will start to stay in that vibration, and there's no way that it can't come to you. It will start coming to you. And I want to give you a bonus if that sounds a bit like, oh my god, I've heard this before and it never works for me. I want to give you a bonus that will give you a little help. Test it doing this. If you do those steps, so what steps have I given you? Know what you want, define it right down so you know exactly what you want. Affirm it, write it down. I'm so happy and grateful now that I have XYZ in my life. Okay? Live in the end as though it's already been fulfilled and you're living there, you've already received it, and stay in that vibration and keep affirming, keep writing it down and stay in that vibration. And the way you test it is you will start to see the thing that you're asking for enter your life. Now with the BMW M4, I started to notice a lot more M4s around before I even got mine. Okay, and you could say, well, that's scientifically, that's your reticular activation system. Okay, it's the scientific explanation, or you could say it's the law of attraction. It doesn't matter. The thing that matters is it works, and I did get the M4. I show you a picture of it in the guide, and I show you some other stuff as well to prove that it's mine. But give that a go. That's exactly how to do it. Know what you want, define it, write down, okay, so you know exactly what you want. Affirm it as well and live in the end. And the bonus test is that you'll be able to see things, you'll be able to see it start coming to you, okay? So you can actually see that start coming to you, and you can start to see the magic happening. Let me know how you get on in the comments, and let me know if you need any more help. And if you do need help, do check out that guide. I've put the link in the description, but give that a go. Essentially what you're doing, main takeaways from the video, is you are using the law of vibration by living in the end, by knowing what you want, and by evoking the law of attraction. So it's that vibration, it's your vibration. Remember we looked at the numbers at the start. If you're in a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 every day, day in, day out, that's your life. Okay, if you're in an 8, 9, 10, that's your life. And that's why the rich get richer. Heard that saying. And that's why everyone seems to be having a good time when they're on that high end of the scale and things seem to fall into their lap. it's because they're resonating at that, and that's the key. But the way you do it is by knowing what you want, what would mean the most to you, and it doesn't even have to be for yourself, okay? And then follow those steps. Let me know what you think, guys. Give us a thumbs up if that helped you, and I'll speak to you really, really soon. Cheers, guys.